You are looking at possibly a pregnant lady. So we didn't end up doing any filming in the run-up, obviously, because as I said previously, I had tonsillitis and I haven't been very well. As you can hear, Lewis hasn't been well either. Still isn't. God, I didn't want to come on here without any makeup, but I don't think you was actually allowed makeup in the procedure room, was you? I know when she rang me, she said no strong perfumes or deodorants or anything, so I didn't want to risk it. And yeah, so got a Maccies fries, so we do a cheers.
Cheers.
Hey. So we are, well, we'll start with the embryo. So our embryo that has been put in me is a 2BB, which is not the best, but these things happen. Like sometimes people have like a 5AA transfer and it fails, and then they have a 2BB and it works. So yeah.
I mean, they still said there's time to grow and everything, didn't they? So it was developing well. So
yeah, they said it could still be expanding from being thawed out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the procedure, I was really nervous on the way there, like so nervous. Luckily, I didn't really, I know you're supposed to drink loads of water, but I drank it until I was like crossing my legs. I didn't drink like loads and loads though, because I have a weak bladder, and that was fine. I never said anything. Apart from, they said the picture was a little bit grainy, but other than that, it's fine. So they put a speculum in, a bit like a smear, but luckily, like when I have a smear, sometimes they pull it up really high and it like hurts. Like when she did it, it was a little bit of discomfort, but I could quite happily just like lay there with it in and not be like saying ow ow like I am with a smear. And yeah, it was really quick. What was it in there, about 10 minutes, and like probably only had the procedure done for about 5 minutes, which I don't know what I was expecting. I thought it was going to take ages to do it.
Yeah, well at the end they sort of said, oh, you was expecting the a bit like the egg retrieval, didn't they? It was like, oh, I bet you was expecting that. So
yeah, so yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Tick.
Oh god, and it really needs some makeup. This is my bad side that I'm filming from as well. But we needed to do an update. We needed our Maccies fries. So I've got the rest of the day off work now. I worked this morning and I just waited until they rang to say come in. So yeah, just been told to drink plenty, rest for the rest of the day. And I saw a thing online where apparently, I don't know how like valid this is, but apparently if you go for a wee straight after having the transfer, it actually showed better chances of the like successful implantation. So that's what I did. I got straight up and went for a wee straight away. And yeah, you're gonna go back to work soon?
Yeah, I'm off back to work.
Yeah, we've got. Let me see if I can show you this picture without revealing any of my details. Yeah, I should be able to. So ignore the big black thing next to it. Apparently that's a bubble. It's the this little bit here. That's the embryo. So yeah. And when she handed it to us as well, she went, and that's this little guy here. Yeah. I was thinking, you're trying to give me a hint? Yeah. You're trying to tell me it's a boy. So yeah. We've been told we've got to do our pregnancy test on Boxing Day.
Yeah. So that's
and the clinic's closed over Christmas, so we can't even contact them until the 2nd of Jan.
Yeah, so
But I said if we've got any problems, we'll contact our local early pregnancy unit. So
Fingers crossed.
I got to treat it as if I am properly pregnant. So they say it like puppo. So it's pregnant until proven otherwise. So I think that's all we need to update. We want to enjoy our fries, so catch up with you soon. Hello and welcome back to I've Got This. So I'll insert a clip maybe at the end, or maybe it'll have been before this, I'm not sure which way round. But basically we went to McDonald's and had the McDonald's fries after our transfer. So that's the last update before this one. And basically we had the transfer, everything seemed okay. I had just had tonsillitis and I had only been off the antibiotics for about 24 hours before the transfer, which isn't great, obviously. And then 2 days later I came down with a really bad cold. And I have heard of people getting like an IVF transfer cold. So it was like, maybe this is normal, but at Christmas time people do get colds, unfortunately. So yeah, we think it was just a normal cold. Obviously it didn't take. We did the pregnancy test on the Boxing Day and it was negative, but we had been testing up until that point as well, just so that we wasn't holding out and like holding on to hope for the Boxing Day. And then I could have like one drink on Christmas Day, because we was like, it's negative late on Christmas Day, like it's not going to be positive in the morning. So I'm reading from a diary now. There's a lot to remember. So after that, the clinic reopened on the 2nd of January. So I rang them that day and said, it was negative, what do we do from here? And they said, oh, we'll ring you with a consultant appointment to see what to do from here. So as I know from past experience, it's not very quick that they'll get back to you, and sometimes you just get left and forgotten. So I put the phone down from the nurse and straight away rang reception and said, I need a consultant appointment, a follow-up, and we got it booked there and then. So the consultant appointment over the phone was the 13th of January, and we said, she said, you had every right to be hopeful that it would work because your womb lining looked trilaminar, which is like the 3 layers were of really good quality. And she said I got up to 6.7 millimeters on the scan a week before, but unfortunately they don't scan you any closer to the transfer date or on day of transfer, where they're measuring the womb lining. So hopefully it would have got to more than 6.7, because I was on the highest 12 milligram of estradiol at that point. So who knows, but like I say, 6.7 isn't good, but I was allergic to the patch, which got me up to 11 point something millimeters. Anyway, but she said, yeah, it looked fine, so you had every right to be hopeful. Let's do the same protocol again. I did ask if I could have the vaginal estrogen gel that you can put in, which sometimes has a better effect for people with a thin womb lining. I asked the nurse if I could have it, but apparently the consultant said no, because the protocol was okay last time. I don't see why they wouldn't, just to help improve it that bit more anyway, to be honest. But there we go. So yeah, so basically I'm just explaining in my diary that I've decided to completely cut alcohol out. I've only had one drink and one shot at a recent family party, and that's because I felt like I had to. Other than that, on my week off and everything, I haven't had any alcohol. Eating a really healthy diet, so I've had the odd like snack to keep my weight up, like chocolate, but mostly my meals have been really nutritious and healthy. So I've been having like I'd have chicken but with like lots of vegetables. I've swapped white rice for brown rice. I've been having like seeds and everything on top of salads. I had some steak because apparently steak can be quite good. Plenty of fruit, yogurts, vegetables, nuts. I've been buying nuts and eating them. I also got told to try bone broth. I have heard a lot of good stuff about that, so I'll put a bone broth, it's like a little frozen disc that you can get. I bought mine from M&S, and you just pop one into say like a spaghetti bolognese or a curry, like a chili con carne, and you can't even taste it's in there. So that's been really good. I'm also trying to take my vitamin E, my Pregnacare vitamins, my pentoxifylline and my sildenafil to help with thickening the womb lining. Trying to keep on top of it. I'm not 100% good with it, but I'm trying my best. Let's see. And I've also decided to try acupuncture on recommendation from somebody. So I had my first acupuncture appointment, which was really good. It was really helpful and insightful. And she was basically saying, oh, I'd like you to get a blood test of lots of different things, like your vitamin D levels, your folate levels, because I struggle with my folate. Oh gosh, like progesterone, your thyroid. Get them checked, and she'll try and get them to an optimal level by suggesting like supplements, dietary changes, lifestyle things. So that can help as well. So yeah, I had the acupuncture, and that was really good. It didn't really hurt. There was one that sort of hit a bit of a nerve, and my foot just sort of had a little bit of kind of like an electric shock feeling, but overall nothing. Like, it's nothing to be scared or worried about. My legs felt a bit achy afterwards, but I don't know if that's due to other things. Yeah, apparently acupuncture can help to thicken the womb lining as well. So that's interesting. So I'm trying to do everything I can. Let's see what else is on my list. She also like lit some herbs. I think she said it was called mugwort or something, and she lit them on top of the needles. That was interesting. And I'll hopefully be having that every week or every other week until my next transfer. It is a little bit expensive, so it's £55 a session, and your first session is £65, so it's just whenever we can afford to have it, basically. Let's see. What else have I got written down? So February. Yeah, I had my next acupuncture appointment again. That was really good. Didn't get any achy legs this time. Oh, and I had my period last week. So I rang the clinic and said, obviously I've had my period, can we sort out the second transfer dates? So they've now messaged me, so we have to go, I think me and Lewis have to go back to the clinic for another consent appointment to sign all the forms again to say yes, we're still happy to go ahead with the second transfer, blah blah blah. And then I've got my first scan appointment and my second scan appointment booked in, and I think about a week after the second scan will be the transfer, if all is well and good. So that's exciting. So we've basically got the date now for the second one. Let's see. Oh yeah, just to be transparent, it wasn't actually as easy as that. So the clinic said, oh yeah, we're going to get you booked in, we're going to go over the protocol quick and just talk about that. I've got your notes here in front of me. And they said, oh, you had a fresh transfer last time and you're having a frozen one this time. And I said, no, I had a frozen one last time because they messed up my medication for 6 months, so I wasn't able to have a fresh one. And then they was talking and they were saying, oh yeah, and you'll put a patch on. And I thought, no, I won't be putting a patch on because I've already told you like 3 or 4 times I'm allergic to the patch. I ended up in A&E after wearing one of the patches because I'm allergic to the type of glue that they use on it. So that was a bit like, bit worrying. And also, I've been trying to get my old blood test results from the clinic I had, and then I had to fill in a GDPR, which is like a confidentiality thingamajiggy, so basically so that you can get it, so they've got proof to say that you are who you are and that you've requested the information. And they sent it over, but they sent the wrong password with it, so I had to get back in contact with them again and say, can you send me a different password because it's wrong? And they sorted that out for me because there was a fault with it, it wasn't me. And then I've been trying to get that blood test booked in with my doctors that the acupuncture asked for, and of course that wasn't straightforward, and I've been back and forth a little bit between them. I think this is day 10 that I've been back and forth with them, and they've now said, no, you can't have a blood test until you speak to the doctor about it, when they did print me a form but they'd missed some of them off. So now I need to speak to the doctor about it, apparently. So that's booked in, but that isn't booked in until the 20th of February, and I've got an acupuncture appointment on the 20th of February, so I won't have had my bloods done in enough time for that appointment. If I do, I need to ring at 8 in the morning for a doctor's appointment, but obviously I work, so it's a bit more difficult. I'd rather just do it on that day off, on the 20th anyway. So it's just going to take a little bit longer to get my results back. I think that's where we're up to now. I think we're all up to date. I managed to do it in under 15 minutes, which is good for me. Normally I'm talking for about 45 minutes. I've just absolutely rambled and rattled all that information at you. So yeah, hopefully you'll find this helpful. Oh, actually, before I go quickly, I do just want to mention, I don't know if I did in another video, but the progesterone injections that I had to do after the transfer each day. If anyone doesn't know, don't worry if you don't like press the plunger down and it not go straight in, because when you put it in, it's, I think somebody said it's like progesterone in oil, so it takes longer for the plunger to push it down and go into you, not like a normal just like watery injection, because for a start I didn't know. I was pressing the plunger as hard as I could and thought, why is this injection not going down in me? Plus I did have really stiff plungers, I'm calling them plungers, syringes. They were really stiff, the first ones that I got. I got some second ones which were better to push down, but still it probably took about somewhere between a minute to 2 minutes to inject myself with the progesterone, so don't panic about that either. It just takes a little bit of time. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for now. It's obviously exciting times again. Got to keep the hope. Yeah, so I'm not sure when I'll update you next. It might be when we've had the next transfer, unless you want to see what I'm taking and when. If you want me to do updates like that, if anyone would find that helpful, let me know in the comments below. And if there's anything, any queries you've got, comment down below and I'll see if I can help. I want to say again, like I do in all my videos, do not take this as medical advice. I'm not giving any medical advice right now. If you're having any problems and you want to find out what's best for you, speak to your GP or your consultant. Okay, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.